So hi developers, I am Stone. So today's video is going to about NumPy array creation. What are the different methods that NumPy provides to create an array? I have selected few of the methods and I will be leaving the link in the description below so that you can play around with all the methods that NumPy provides. And the NumPy array class is known as ND array, and we will be also see some methods that NDRA provides for array processing. Here also I have selected some few methods only. I will be leaving the link in the description below so that you can play around all the methods that NumPy NDRA provides for array processing. So if you don't know anything about NumPy, so basically NumPy is a Python package, and if you want to use it is used for mathematical operations. So okay, and if you want to use the NumPy library, just you need to type a command that pip install NumPy if you are familiar with Python. So by using pip install NumPy, then you will be the NumPy will be installed in your virtual environment in the Python package. So basically the NumPy library consisting of multi-dimensional array with a bunch of methods that can be used for the array processing. So as I said, the main object of NumPy array that it holds the homogeneous multidimensional array. Okay, normally it is a table of elements all of the same type indexed by the tuple, means Python tuple of non-negative integers. Okay, so the array will be containing the non-negative integers with indexed by the tuple. Okay, in NumPy dimensions are called axes. So in some articles, if you see, they are widely using axis. So don't get confused, it is just the dimension, because in NumPy we can call the dimension as axis. Okay, so for example, if you see this array like 0 1 2, so basically this is one axis or one dimensional array. Okay, so if you see array like this array has two axes. Okay, so how I will tell you, two axes. So first axis has the length of 2 and the second axis has the length of 3. So if I do it like this, you will get to understand. Okay, so if you see here, two rows are there. Okay, so first it will be like two rows will be there. So two rows and three columns are there. So two and three are the two axes. The 2 and 3 are the two axes of the dimension of this array. So don't get confused between the axis of the dimension. So NumPy array class is called ND array, as I have told you, and nothing fancy. It is just like no camel case ND array class. Okay. First we will talk about how to create NumPy array. Then we will move to some couple of methods that ND array class provides. I will not go through all the methods because ND array provides lot of methods, and NumPy also provides lot of methods to create an array. So I have selected few methods of them, and I will be leaving the link in the description so that you can play around from the NumPy docs itself. Okay, so let's see what are the methods that now NumPy provides to create an array, and you will use them. We will code them also. So first you can see it is an first there it is a np.array. It is a function that object, it takes an object and data type and copy, order or sub. Okay, so this is the parameters of the functions. Okay, so if you have Anaconda install on this, so directly you can access the Jupyter notebook by typing Jupyter notebook, and it will open in your localhost. Okay, so as you can see, I have imported the NumPy as np, and so let's create our first NumPy array using that array function. Okay, so a is equal to np dot array 1 2 3. Okay, so here you can see I have created a one dimensional array. You can create a two dimensional array also. np.array. So we can create multi-dimensional array using like this also. So this is one method. This is the one method that we have used. Now let's talk about arrange. So arrange, as you can see, okay, data type also is there. So if you want, you can mention the data type like d type is equal to int. Sorry, d type is equal to int. So as you can see, we can mention the data type also, like int. I can here mention float. Float, you can see it is coming as a floating point. Even I can use complex also. Let's see. Okay, so we can use the data type with the array function also. Similarly, let's talk about arrange. Arrange, as you see here, is a start, stop and step. So basically, if you want to get the numbers between two intervals with a particular step and data type, you can use arrange. So let's use that. C equal to np dot arrange. So I will be using 10 and 20 are the intervals, and the step I want to, and the data type I want d type should be float. Okay. So as you can see, it has created see 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. So you can basically the steps it has taken 2 because I have specified step as 2. So you can create here int also. It will do int or complex same as we have used in array. Okay. So there is a the if you see, so but if that there is another method linspace. Okay, so what is the difference between the arrange and linspace, I will tell you. So here we are mentioning a step, okay, but in linspace we don't mention a step. We dedicatedly explicitly enter the numbers, how many numbers you want between these two intervals. Okay, so let's use the linspace. D equal to np dot linspace. So I will be using same 10 and 20, and I want let's say 20 numbers I want in between these two. Okay, two intervals. So as you can see, it has created 10, 10.5, 11, 11 up to 20. So this is the difference between the arrange and linspace. In arrange you provide a step, okay, but you cannot specify the numbers, you cannot control over the numbers, how many numbers you want. But in linspace you can totally control the number, how many numbers you want between the two intervals. Okay, so here now we will talk about numpy dot zeros. Numpy dot zeros, like I will tell you, these two things are very similar but with a slight difference. So we will be fast. So let's try with numpy dot zeros. So as you can see here, shape is there, means whatever in which shape you want to create the array and the data type. So here order is mentioned C and F. Okay, so I will tell you. So I will tell you what is the difference between this C and F. C means operating row wise on the array is slightly quicker, and F means column wise operation will be faster. So let's try with numpy dot zeros. Okay. So let's use that np dot zeros. Np dot zeros. Let's say I need a shape of 2 and 3, and I need the data type as float. Okay. So as you can see, it is giving me an array that is filled with 0 with a two-dimensional 2 rows and 3 columns, and the data type is float. So now comes like, if zeros is there, then what is the use of this zeros? Like as you can see here, in zeros we are giving a shape, okay, but in zeros, like we have to pass an array, okay, and everything is same, and this order everything is same, but you need to pass an array. So let's create an array, okay, for this zeros, like np dot arrange, we will arrange. So 10 dot reshape. So you can use it like this also, 5 and 2. Okay, so I have created an array, and I am telling that to create with 5 rows and 2 columns. Okay, then we have to use that np dot zeros. So f equal to np dot zeros, like, sorry, zeros like e, and the data type, if you want you can mention data type as float. So as you can see, so I have created an array previously with a 5. If I print the e, you can see, so here I have an array with 0 to 9, and 5 rows are there and 2 columns are there, and whenever I am using these zeros, like it is converting it to all the zeros. sorry, converting it to all the zeros. Okay, so this is the main difference between zeros and zeros like. Okay, the same thing you can use once. You can create one. Uh, I will give you. I will tell you a difference. So let's use this thing only. Np dot ones. Sorry, let's create another one. Np dot ones. So I need 5 by 5. Then d type equal to int. So here you can see 5 rows and 5 columns are there, and special and it is filling with 1. The same thing here, numpy ones like is also you have to pass an array so that it will convert it to ones. Now we will focus on numpy.empty. Numpy.empty, like as you can see here, the shape and the prototype. This is the two difference between the numpy empty and the empty like. All others parameters will be same. Okay. So let's create a numpy.empty. Use that numpy.empty to create an array. So we will use numpy.empty. So let's take the function. Let's look at the function what it is saying. Okay, it will take the shape. Okay, so we will use same as 5 by 5, and the d type equal to float. Okay, so as you can see, it is creating an array with the 5 is to 5 5 is to 5 means column 5 rows with 5 columns, and the data type as the float. Okay, so if I specify int here, let's see. Okay, as you can see here, so it's the same thing. Empty like is also with the same. Here you need to pass an array, and everything will be same. And then another comes an interesting thing, that from function. Okay, so from function, basically we have to create an array with the lambda using the lambda function. So let's use that from function. But look, first we will look into the parameters. So it is taking a function, then the shape, then the data type, and the like, and the other argument. So we will not use all those things. We will be using those function and the data type. Okay, and the shape also. So directly we will declare np dot from function. So I am using lambda functions here to create this I j I plus j. So here I need 5 by 5 matrix. Okay, then I'm supposed to give the data type as float. Okay, so here as you can see, it created an array using that from function. So similarly we have np.from file, but I will tell you guys, you try this method, because in this parameter you need to specify the file path, you need to specify the data type, what is the data type, and the separation. Means if your data is in your file like 1 space 1 1 space 2 space 3, or there is no space in between, then you have to space an empty string literal. Or if your data is separated with spaces, then you have to give a string literal with a space. Okay, so basically the separation tells that, and the offset. So basically the offset here tells that it is the file's current position. The default is 0. Okay, so basically that's the reason it is 0 here. The default, if you don't mention also, the default value is 0. Okay, so then we will use that numpy.full and full like. As you can see, I will tell you about the full only. Full like is the same thing. Here you need to pass the already created array, and the fill will and other parameters will remain same. So let's use the full function to create an array. We will use np.full. We'll look into the arguments. What are the arguments? Okay, we need 5 by 5. 5 by 5. Okay, let's enclose another parenthesis. 5 by 5. And what are the other parameters are there? Fill value. So suppose I want the fill value to 10. Okay, and data type. Okay, so d type I needs to int. Sorry. D type will be int. So let's see. So as you can see, it is creating an array with what are the field values that I have provided, five rows with five columns. So and the data type is int. Whatever data type you want, also you can mention here. So I have given I have described many of the methods that are provided by NumPy. So there are other methods also. I will provide this link. You can play around all those methods. So since now we know how to create array using the functions that I have described, now we will focus on couple of methods that NDArray class provides. Okay, so I will again I have selected couple of methods only. There are many methods that NDArray class provides. I will be providing the link in the description. You can go through all those methods, and I will be describing only the methods that we use most. Okay, so so as you can see here, we have this method ndim. Okay, so this basically tells about the internal dimension of the array. So if I go to my Jupyter notebook, if I go to my Jupyter notebook, okay, we have e. Okay, so let's print e dot ndim. Let's see what happens. Ndim. Okay, as you can see, it is giving me two dimensional because I have five rows and two columns. Okay, so it is giving me two dimensional array. So like this, we have other methods shape. As you can see the description, it returns a tuple consisting of array dimension. It can also be useful to resize the array. So if I do e dot shape, so as you can see, it is giving me five column and two rows. Sorry, five rows and two columns. Okay. So for resizing also, NumPy provides another function np.resize, that is the array and and the new shape that you want. So basically, it returns a new array with the specified shape. If the new array is larger than the original array, then the new array is filled with repeated copies of A. So if it is larger than the if the new array is the larger than the previous array, so the rest values will be filled with the values from the array that you have provided here. Okay, so let's use that np.resize here. So as you can see, I have created an array e. So we will use that same thing, np.resize e, and I want to resize to 5 by 5. Okay, 5 by 5. So as you can see, if you see my e0, so now it is resizing it to 0 1 2 3 4 5 6. Again it will be repeating the values. Okay, so that's the reason, because the this array will be like, if you see this array, it will be having 0 to 9 values, but this array, since it is a larger array, so it is repeating, so up to 9 it is repeated twice, and the rest value up to 1 2 3 4. Okay, so this is the use of resize to reshape your array. So again, we have another method like size. It returns the length of the array. So if I use e dot size here, so e dot size, as you can see, it is giving me 10 because 0 to 9 is the value. Okay, so another method is there, d type, means it returns the type of elements that array contains, basically the data type. So if I use e dot d type dot name, so in 32, basically it is telling me the data type of the data type of the internal elements. Okay, so we have another method like fill the array with the scalar values. That means scalar value means that will be a single value. Okay, so if I so that this is my E has an two-dimensional array that contains 0 to 9. So now what I will do, I will use e dot fill. So as you can see, I have used previously my E was having 0 1 2 3 4 slan. Now I have used with a specified placeholder value, that is fill value, that is 1. So it is replacing the all values with the 1. Similarly, the NDArray provides many methods. I will be leaving the link behind in the description, so you can go through all the method, you can play around. So this is all about today's video. So I have choose these couple of methods because we use lot these methods quietly more in machine learning or data processing. Okay, so my future videos will be more into data science and data processing or machine learning. So that's the reason I have started this numpy tutorial, and what will be the essential things that we use use numpy in ml. I will be describing those things only. So I hope this video will be useful for you. So if so please guys like, subscribe and comment.